Greetings, everybody. Nikki Brown here. No matter where you are and what part of the world you are in, I hope that you are having a good day. So, I just wanted to do a quick story time and just kind of share a message. Um, so, once upon a time, I had somebody in my life who I knew um, was grimy. We'll say it like that. And would do a lot of things to scheme and scam people, especially at this point in their life because they were um, considered handicapped, right? So this person calls me in the afternoon and they say, "Oh, I want to come by." Now, remind you, this person did me dirty, and so all of a sudden, out the blue, they don't say, "Hey, how you doing? How you been? I missed you. I apologize for doing you dirty or anything." "Oh, I need to come over because we need to get something to eat." So it was her or this person, the spouse, and the kid. And they made it seem like it was such a sense of urgency that they needed to come get something to eat because they were in my city getting a car fixed. A car that they bought from my city, never called me when they came to the city to buy the car. But now you calling me that you're getting the car repaired and you need something to eat, right? So my goddaughter was in town. So when they come over, now mind you, they called in the afternoon. When they came over, it was like 9, 10 o'clock at night, from like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. So I told my goddaughter before they came, they think they slick. Watch them because they be up to stuff, right? Now at this time, she was probably like 21 or so. It was like summertime, it was spring or summer. It was warm out. So she and I, we went out. We were out when they called, if I'm not mistaken, and we did our thing and we came back in the house. So I positioned myself where I could see both of them, and I had her go make them sandwiches. So first of all, when the one person comes in the door, they thinking that my goddaughter. I was like, "Oh yeah, my goddaughter's here," and they thinking the goddaughter is young enough to play with their kid. And when they walk through the door, it's like, "She grown." No hello, hey, how you doing? How you been? I missed you. None of that, right? So peep game. Now, I can tell you nervous because you're sitting there the whole time doing this, right? And then the spouse standing up at the table wouldn't sit down. Now, I had all my business stuff on the table and some paperwork on the table. Stood there, a whole bunch of stuff on the table, never sat down. Allegedly so hungry, wanted to eat this sandwich, standing up at the table with a whole bunch of stuff on it. Then I have my shelf with my products that I had made because at that time I used to pre-make certain products and take them to vending events. I've since stopped doing that, but that's a whole nother story. I find that it works better if people order what they actually want instead of me pre-making stuff and then they don't want the scents that I have. So anyway, when you have a business, it's all about trial and error, and sometimes you have to change things up a little bit. So now he pacing back and forth in front of the shelf. So again, I'm sitting in a spot where I can see both of them, and I got my goddaughter watching peeping game too. So they couldn't get that off like they thought they was gonna be able to. So even she went in the bathroom and just so happened I had some stuff. I said she, oh well, whatever. So I had some stuff because I had a washer and dryer, but my washer and dryer, the outlet wasn't compatible with the plug. So I would hang my clothes up around the house after I washed them. So I had some towels over the bathroom door. And so she couldn't close the door all the way. So now she in the bathroom trying to steal something from underneath my sink and try to tuck it in the side of her pants. Just so happened my goddaughter was walking past the bathroom at that time, so she had to put it back. Or it was just too big and it would have been obvious that you just tried to steal this from me. So after, I promise you, it had to be a good 2 hours. The baby had been complaining that she's sleepy and was ready to go. But because they was trying to get this off, they wasn't ready to leave yet. They thought they was going to be able to just dip and dash, right? And it didn't work out that way. So after, again, about 2 hours, this person finally says, oh, you got any of that cocoa, pineapple, peanut butter, jelly time, rice milk? She named a whole bunch of stuff, right? And I said no, because first of all, I felt some kind of way that you just tried to steal from me. If you wanted it, all you had to do was ask that in the first place. But you're always trying to get over and trying to get something for free. And everybody in the family knows, even though you may not know that, people know that, you are known for scheming and scamming. Second of all of that stuff you name and all of that stuff you have, no, I don't have that. I really don't. So I wasn't lying, because I don't even know all of the stuff you name. What are you talking about? I don't sell that. So you don't even know what I sell. Because you just named a whole bunch of stuff. What are you talking about? So I said no, and they left. But remind you, you tried to steal my business idea after I said, cuz, let's work together. Let's do this thing together. And so my point in telling this story is, when you know how somebody is and they show you who they are the first time, believe them. And you can forgive them, because I send them love and light. Even though they tried to do me dirty multiple times. But she kept changing Facebook pages, so I just didn't accept the last invitation. So then, they got to resort to creating fake pages so they can still follow you, or asking other family members, what's she doing? Which is fine. It's whatever. I'm used to it by now. But again, my point in saying that is, although I love my relatives, and I love my friends, and people that I've come in contact with along the way, those that have done wrong by me, although I forgive them and I send them love and light, that doesn't mean you have to deal with and or interact with them. But I have since learned that if somebody tries to steal from you, allow them to, because that's their karma. You don't have to get mad. You don't have to put them on blast. You don't have to do any of that. You can just let them do what they think that they're getting away with. And they'll lose 10 times what they took from you as soon as they walk out the door. So if they want to generate that karma for themselves, let them. But again, my point is, when somebody has wronged you, especially if it's been years or multiple times, you can distance yourself from them. It doesn't mean that you love them any less. It doesn't mean that you're no longer related to them. 9 times out of 10, they'll never change, because they've been getting away with it for so long. And sometimes they don't see anything wrong with it, especially if that's how their parents were and they emulated that behavior. Because some people repeat the behavior and some people rebel against it and decide they're going to do something different, because they want to do something different for themselves. So then you have the parent who's like, how dare you do something different and not be grimy and slimy like me? So that could go both ways. And some people feel obligated, like, oh, well, my mother or father was like this, so I have to do this. I have to be this way. This is the way the world works. This is how you get what you want. Some people really adopt that mentality. It's not true, but some people think that, and they live their lives accordingly. And everybody has the right to live their life the way that they want to. Live your life like it's golden. So if you repeat those behaviors, that's all a matter of choice. And that's what life is all about, choices. We can either choose to do the right thing or the not so right thing. We can either choose to do the righteous thing or the unrighteous thing. But again, if somebody knows it does wrong by you, and you know this person, you know how this person is, you'll either have to always watch your back when you're around them. So you better not pull out your wallet and let them see how much money's in it. You better not put your bag down and go to the bathroom. You better not leave a drink of water and go to the bathroom. And although it may not be the most sanitary thing to take your water with you, you better either pour it out or get you another one when you get back. Because I would advise you not to eat or drink anything. Don't let them cook you up. Now, if you had a barbecue and everybody's eating the same thing, but even then, people still do stuff to food because they want you to come back, or they want you to need them, or they want you to be dependent on them. This is codependency issues and trauma bonds and narcissism and sociopathy and a list of other things. And so you would be surprised what people do, and they think it's in the dark. They think nobody knows, but the Most High sees everything. The ancestors see everything. And you never know, it could have been somebody peeking around the corner when you was sprinkling whatever in the food or the drink, so people could come back and get some more of that. What you got going on? Like, I want some more of that. What you did? What you did today? What you did today? Now, some people are just good cooks, so I'm not taking that away from anybody. But some people do things to make you be stuck. They do spell work. It's a real thing, people. Even if you don't believe that it's real. And the fact that you don't believe that it's real and you're not protecting yourself from it, it means that it could affect you even more. But if you don't dwell on it and you don't think about it and you focus on yourself and your higher elevation, things change for you anyway. But again, whether it's a spouse, a relative, a friend, a coworker, if they do wrong by you, you can forgive them in your heart and you can still move on with your life. Because it's not a requirement to deal with toxic energy. It's not a requirement to deal with toxic people who are not going to change. If they yelling at you all the time and cussing you out, and that makes you feel uncomfortable, if it triggers you, if it makes you cry on the low, even if you don't express that in front of people, if it just makes you feel triggered, you don't want to deal with people who trigger you. You don't want to deal with people who are going to intentionally lie to you and then laugh behind your back as if it's the funniest thing in the world to them. They may not be evil people, but those actions are evil. That is mean. I remember one time this girl, and I just sat there and watched and I didn't say anything. And I really wanted to say something to the other person. And I think that if I was in that place now, that I'm in now, that I was back then, I probably would have said something. But I just stayed out of it like, okay, that's none of my business. But I should have definitely distanced myself from that person a lot sooner. But it was Christmas time and she told this girl, oh yeah, I bought you a Christmas present, knowing damn well she didn't buy her a damn thing. She had that girl come to the house 3 times in a row. Oh yeah, I'm here, come on over. The girl came, and we didn't have cell phones then. The girl came to get her Christmas present, steady ringing the bell, steady ringing the bell. She shut the blinds, shut the lights off and everything. Pretend she wasn't there. The girl went back home, and she didn't live far, and she did drive, so it was probably about a 5-minute drive for her. She went home and said, "Oh, I just came over there. I rang the bell. You didn't answer. Oh, I ran to the store." So the girl came back again. Same thing. She 3 times. After the third time, the girl stopped. But why would you do that to somebody? And why is that funny? I remember one time somebody said, "Oh, can you go to the store for me on such and such street and so street?" And at the time, like I have a good sense of direction, but at the same time, I'm forgetful. And I'm not necessarily picturing this place in my mind. So can you go to the store on this street and that street? But there was no store at that corner. But I was getting ready to go and walk to that store. And they were just cracking up laughing like that was the funniest thing ever. And then, of course, I'm stupid because I don't know. But I'm not stupid. Out of the kindness of my heart, I was really going to go to the store for you. But you just want to play games. And why are these games so funny to you? But then when you don't want to be bothered with these people, one of these people was my ex. So to this day, he can't understand one of the reasons why I don't want to deal with him. And he feels a sense of entitlement as if I owe him something. But you did me dirty, boo. And no, I don't have to cuss you out. I don't have to tell you about yourself. You know how you are. You know what you did. All I have to do is walk on by. What's that Maya song? I was singing that the other day. Oh, I'm moving moving on. I'll be moving on. I don't have to aggravate myself and cuss nobody out. And people like to say, "Oh, she's stupid, she naive, she a pushover, she a punk." I could care less what you say about me. It don't pay a nair bill. It don't put nair piece of food in my mouth. It don't give me no water. It don't give me no shelter. I don't care. Say whatever you want. Think whatever you want. The truth always comes out because I think the strongest person is the one who doesn't cuss you out. They just walk away and move on with their life and leave you sitting there doing that same dumb shit that you've been doing for years and thinking that it's funny. Or thinking that you getting over on somebody or you being slick. "Oh yeah, I got them. I stole her stuff." And even if you do steal it, good for you. You must be proud. Does that make you feel like more of a man or a woman? Because you got that off. Really? I'm glad that worked out well for you. Congrats. Congratulations. You must be so proud. What an accomplishment. Aw. Great. Glad that worked out for you. So again, even if these are people you're related to or you've known for a long time, if they do things that just don't sit right in your soul, in your spirit, and they disturb you and they trigger you, and you don't want to aggravate yourself by giving back that same energy and stooping down to that level or vibrating just as low, you can distance yourself. You can still speak to them, but maybe not as much. If you want to. It's totally up to you. But 9 times out of 10, you know that these people will never change. And so it's up to you. Again, you can walk away and still be their friend, "Oh, hey, cuz. Hey, niece. Hey, nephew. Hey, auntie. Hey, mom. Hey, daddy." You can still speak to them. But you can keep your time around them at a limit. You can also set boundaries. Without cussing somebody out, you can tell somebody how you feel. But again, if they're like that and you tell them how you feel, they just think it's funny because they know that they pushed your buttons and they got to you. Oh, she ain't gonna do nothing but say so and so and so and so. Or he ain't gonna do nothing but say, oh, I ain't like that. You ain't have to do that to me. They're not gonna really care. They're gonna think it's funny. They're gonna be glad that they got to you. And glad that you felt the need to say something or tell them about themselves. They're not gonna change though. That's not gonna change them. Some people think that that's how you're supposed to be because that's how you get what you want out of life. And so again, if they have that mentality, they're not going to change. They're going to continue to be the same way. But how about you? How are you going to respond to it? Because that's what it is. It's not about what they did. It's not about what they said. It's not about even how you felt. It's an experience. You experienced this with this person. So how do you handle that experience? Because how you handle it is more about you than it is about them. So it's not what they do, it's how you respond to it. So I just wanted to share those thoughts. I hope it was helpful. If you would like to discuss this further, you can always comment below. I thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. An abundance of hugs and kisses. One.